This is the ACC Network, and we are pleased to have you with us as Louisville gets ready to take on NC State in a game that will go a long way in deciding who is the regular season champion and who gets the coveted first seed in the ACC tournament. The NC State Wolfpack have only lost to North Carolina in conference, so Louisville right behind them. Florida State and Duke in the 3 and 4 spots. So important because the top 4 get double byes in the ACC tournament. And we welcome you to Reynolds Coliseum. Pam Ward along with former Wolfpack sharpshooter Deb Antonelli. Boy, it's like a March Madness atmosphere in here.
Come on, Pam, let's break it down a little bit, right? I mean, the crowd is unbelievable. They're packed in here. They're excited. They've been talking about this game all week, and Louisville comes in here. They've just lost 2. Last week at this point, they were #1 in the standings, and NC State was #2. So the tables have turned, but Louisville, you can't sleep on them now. They are really good.
And they do have Elizabeth Balagoon back, who they didn't have for the 2 losses, and an extra special treat. We have the top 2 contenders for ACC Player of the Year.
And as good as Louisville is, this is a great test for NC State, the #4 team in the country, behind the play of their 6'5" center, Elisa Cunane, just a sophomore. They can play to her, they can play through her on the block. She's a willing passer. And to counter, Louisville has a top contender for ACC Player of the Year as well. Dana Evans, one of the best three-point shooters, creates pace, generates with her defense. She's in charge with the ball in her hands for Louisville, and this is going to be a great matchup between those 2 Player of the Year contenders.
Dana Evans in the last 2 games, losses to Florida State and Syracuse, shot only 30% from the floor. As Louisville, their offense struggled. The only 2 times they have failed to score 60 points in any game came in their last 2. Elizabeth Balagoon got the ball #4. She was with Nigeria, who qualified for the Olympics. She is back, and let's see what we have in store. Evans gets it out to Shook. Jasmine Jones also struggling with her shot the last couple of games. Shook thought about it. Evans with the shot clock at 4 has to make something happen. They need a shot. Balagoon doesn't get it off in time. Westmore with a very good first possession on defense.
As good and balanced as NC State is offensively, their defense is a little bit underrated. They can guard their own. And in both of these matchups, we'll both see a lot of man-to-man defense. You have to be able to keep your player in front. If you over-rotate or if you over-help, both these teams are capable of making the extra pass and making you pay.
NC State 14th in the nation in scoring defense. They can hit threes. Crutchfield can't get it, but the follow by Kayla Jones.
And that's what I'm talking about. Evans gets caught on a switch, can't defend the glass, and then Louisville turns it over. An unforced error by Dana Evans.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers now for Louisville, a team that usually does a great job of holding on to the basketball.
Lisa Cunane, number 33, sets a great screen on the top of the floor. And that's Jakia Brown-Turner, one of the top recruits in NC State history, a McDonald's All-American as a freshman.
Terrific freshman class. They were a top 5 class last year. Brown-Turner starts. And off the inbounds, perfect. Jones has 4.
NC State is unselfish and they are unassuming. They share the ball, they move, they cut with purpose, they dribble with a purpose. Their offensive habits are outstanding. It's part of the reason why they're #4 in the country.
Moving all the way up to #4. Balagoon does not get the bounce. Bianca Dunham able to beat Cunane for the rebound, and a foul has been called against Cunane.
Well, that's a big deal for Louisville to pick up the first foul on Elisa Cunane. And look at the bounce pass, the great cut by Kayla Jones. Good timing, good action, good bucket.
Cunane's foul puts Dunham on the line, 77% shooter.
And one of the keys for NC State is keeping Cunane out of foul trouble, and that's an important part of the game plan. So watch for Louisville to look to attack her on the block now.
Dunham gets Louisville's first points, and now some pressure So one of the concerns for Westmore was Louisville's full court pressure, and Dunham got the turnover. At least momentarily held ball. The possession arrow in favor of NC State.
Now, NC State is -1 in the turnover margin, and this is a big part of the game right here. Jakia Brown-Turner, no ball fake. She dribbles into a double. Great defense by Bianca Dunham.
It's one of the things that Dunham does, the senior. They don't depend on her to score a lot. Cunane got fouled before she took steps. Westmore, in his 7th year, has taken his team to 4 NCAAs, including 3 in a row and 2 straight Sweet 16s, but you think this is his best team?
I think this is his best team in his 7 years in Raleigh. There's no question about it, and it's the highest ranked team, as you mentioned, in 20 years for NC State.
Bianca Dunham just picked up the foul, and Elisa Cunane, she does draw a lot of fouls. Over a third of all fouls called against NC State or by the defense of NC State have been on Cunane, so she draws a lot of them, and then when she gets to the line, she's an 80% free throw shooter.
Great hands, terrific footwork. She moves well without the ball, and you can see what she's done in the last couple of games. She's been outstanding for NC State, averaging 22 points and getting to the free throw line, as you mentioned, Pam. She shoots the 4th most free throws and makes the 4th most in the league.
It gets her on average 6 times per game. 6-1. Louisville still looking for its first field goal of the game. The offense had been struggling. Dunham turns around, and she now has all 3 for Louisville.
And when Louisville can score, they can set up their full court press. And this is a big part of the way they play, with pace and tempo. And it hasn't been their defense in their 2-game losing streak. It's been their inability to make shots offensively. If they can make shots, they can dictate pace and tempo.
And they've been getting some good looks. The shot's just not falling. Crutchfield. Jasmine Jones gets it and goes. Shook wanted the ball.
Both these teams' transition defense will be tested.
Dunham, in and out, easy rebound for Cunane, who is the only player in the ACC averaging a double-double this year.
I think Jeff Walls would prefer that Bianca Dunham look to drive the ball against Cunane and try to put her at a deficit defensively.
Especially she already has 1 foul. Dunham and Cunane very physical on this end of the floor as well. Cunane takes it right to her. The rebound falls Balagoon's way.
Yeah, I think Cunane, 1 more year in the weight room, should be able to play through that contact. Big basket for Dana Evans to get on the scoring column.
Dana Evans, 2nd in the league in scoring, now down to 18.5 points per game. He was a 6th player of the year last year, starting all season long for Louisville this season. So Cunane's looking to be aggressive early against Shook this time.
And Kylie Shook does a great job of not allowing her to turn the corner and get to that left shoulder comfortably.
Oh boy, somebody lost Shook, and that's the first lead for Louisville.
We anticipated this to be a high-quality, well-played, well-prepared game. Both these coaches are outstanding. They both have 2 top 10 teams.
Louisville scored the last 6 points. That is off the mark as well by Jones, as NC State has gone cold.
Yeah, there's a couple that aren't even close for NC State.
You get to see Ace Koenig take a shot for the Wolfpack. Their best 3-point shooter. Evans found a little bit of space.
Kai Crutchfield has got this assignment defensively, and it is a challenge to keep Dana Evans in front.
Evans, great job to draw the foul on Crutchfield.
That's all Dana Evans. Kai Crutchfield, as I mentioned, this is a tough matchup for anybody in the league to try to keep the quickness of Dana Evans in front of you. Look at this little shows the fake, draws the foul, gets the contact, and is going to the line.
Crutchfield and Cunane have been subbed out for NC State. Evans is one of the best free throw shooters in the country. 4th, in fact, at just over 91% on the season. 3-point play. It is a 9-0 Louisville run. State's missed its last 4 shots to fall behind. Brown Turner drives, tries to draw the foul, nothing called, much to the chagrin of the crowd. Balagoon 3-ball. In and out, but nobody got a body on Shook. That's a couple of times that Kylie has found a free pass.
You see, without Elisa Cunane on the floor, the middle of the floor opens up for Louisville, and they do a great job of getting to the glass.
Erica Cassell in there now. She's 6'2". 3 inches shorter than Shook. Good defense by Balagoon. Koenig was just being blanketed on the perimeter.
I mean, that's 3 shots that NC State has shot from deep, and it's not even close. You wonder if nerves plays a role in a packed house. Highest ranking in 20 years. A lot of conversation this week. The buzz around Raleigh has been this game.
Charlie Cream and just about everybody else has NC State now as a #1 seed in the tournament. Cassell gathers. And now Koenig brings the ball up, still looking for Ace to take her first shot. It's been over 4 minutes now that NC State has not scored. Hunter, tough shot. Nobody there to rebound it but the gray jerseys of Louisville.
NC State playing too much off the bounce right now. You got to make Louisville's defense move. And I know what Grace Hunter was thinking. She had Shook on her. She wanted to take her off the bounce, but you got to do that in rhythm after ball reversal.
Evans. Bottled up. Jasmine Jones. Rainbow 3. And Louisville firing on all cylinders now.
Louisville getting whatever they want offensively.
It's been 5 minutes plus since State has scored. Meanwhile, Louisville has scored 14 points. Hunter, a little step back, and the drought is over.
Grace Hunter, last year, led the team in scoring, then had the ACL injury. Remember, this NC State team had 4 ACLs last year, 3 to starters. And Grace Hunter was one of them. She's just starting to work her way back into form.
Still not as explosive as we are used to seeing, but that was a huge 3 for Hunter.
And that's a contested 3 by Balagoon.
Remarkable with all the ACLs that NC State still got to the Sweet 16 last year.
No one going to the glass, 1 pass on the shot, no ball reversal.
Both coaches thought offensive rebounding would be huge.
Louisville doing a really good job right now controlling the pace on the road.
Jones with the Shook screen. And that time there were nothing but white jerseys underneath. Brown Turner.
Well, we haven't had a stoppage of play in a while. Both teams starting to look a little ragged.
Yeah, this first quarter flying by.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a good shot or why you would even take that. Westmore's going to get Elisa Cunane off the bench and back in the game.
They are a different team when she's off the floor. Evans moves laterally so quickly. Tipped, 8 seconds to shoot. Finally, we have a timeout. Louisville up 15-8. When we come back, we'll look more and closer at Westmore's NC State team.
In the first quarter, NC State is 22-1. They've won 8 in a row. They're #4 in the nation. Why? Because they have incredible balance on the offensive end. They have 5 players that are +9 in scoring. Their bench has been productive all season long. They come in with depth and they bring energy and they play through the post. Elisa Cunane at 6'5", one of the best scorers around the rim. They are a balanced 3-point shooting team. They make 9 threes a game, and they play terrific defense and with great pace. Now, having said all that, Louisville's shooting 50% from the floor. NC State hasn't made a 3. Louisville's getting whatever they want defensively. NC State needs to get back to their good habits on the offensive end to be able to dig back in this.
NC State leading the ACC and top 10 in the nation in threes, but they are 0 so far in this game, and that's a good sequence as the shot clock expires. Ace Koenig has not taken a shot yet for NC State. Cunane back in the game, was out for a couple of minutes in the first quarter.
And Cunane does have one personal foul.
There's Ace's first shot. They are 0 for 5 from distance in this game.
Well, as we mentioned before, it's not been Louisville's defense that's been a problem. It has been their offensive efficiency, and it's amazing to see the body language, the energy, what Elizabeth Balagoon does for them being back on the floor. She gives them incredible confidence. She's another scorer. She's a long defender on the defensive end. Here she is with the ball.
Missed the last 2 games, helping Nigeria qualify for the Olympics. Evans, a little bit too much on that, but Jasmine Jones able to get inside of everybody for the putback.
That's a big-time crash on the glass by Jones.
Jones is 6 feet tall, but has an incredible vertical leap, so she's able to take it away from taller players like Cunane. Now Balagoon is absolutely hounding Koenig. Jones, another bucket.
NC State has a chance here for the last possession.
Yep, shot clock is off. This is the largest lead of the night for Louisville. And that is a silly foul. That's 2 on Balagoon.
Actually, Jeff Wall's team has 3 personal fouls in this quarter, so maybe fouls to give. Not bad to go for a risky steal. But Jasmine Jones doing a great job getting the steal and deflection for an easy 2.
Good move by Jeff Walls to get Balagoon out with 2 fouls. Yassine Diop, who started when Balagoon was away, is in, number 2 for Louisville. Trying to get it into Cunane. Jones messes that up. 3 ball, skips off. And NC State, only 8 points in the quarter. That ties a season low in any quarter for them this season. They missed all 6 of their threes. Louisville by 11.
All right, wait on that. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all are awesome young ladies. But for the next 2 hours, we need to freaking be nasty, all right? We got to rebound, everybody. Here we go. But we got to take better shots, and we got to box out, okay? Everybody got that?
Welcome back. Westmore kind enough to wear the microphone for us tonight. Pam Moore, Deb Antonelli joining you from sold-out Reynolds Coliseum, and Westmore not getting what he expected or I'm sure wanted in that first quarter. Elisa Cunane crashes to the floor, no foul call. Wow, that's only the 6th touch of the game for Cunane.
So I'm going to tell you right now that there's a couple of times the ball's gone inside right here, and she's not getting fouled there. She's losing her balance, so she's going to have to play the game low to high and be tougher on the interior.
Lisa Cunane only has 2 points coming from the free throw line.
And in the first quarter, Pam, Louisville only missed 7 shots. They offensive rebounded 3 of them. That's outstanding. NC State missed 13 and only got 2 offensive boards. Their shot selection was not good, and Louisville had something to do with it. We're going to have to be able to be better at executing here in the second quarter.
Louisville +8 on the rebounding stat sheet right now. Cunane wants it. Elizabeth Dixon picked up a foul on the other end of the floor. Now she's guarding Cunane.
See, now if she puts 2 hands on her back and pushes, that's a foul.
Now the foul is called.
Now if you don't throw the ball in there, that foul doesn't get called, right? Because there is a lot of contact taking place on the block. Elizabeth Dixon is working really hard to keep Elisa Cunane from catching. So look, when you put 2 hands on the back, that's a foul. But right there, 1 arm, 1 leg, that's fine. When she turns around and faces, now you have to treat her like a ball handler.
So 2 quick fouls for Dixon. She goes back to the bench after Jeff Walls gives her some words of wisdom, no doubt. Cunane hits them both, shook back in the game for the Cardinals.
All of Cunane's points at the free throw line in the first half so far.
Evans, a little bit wide left. Rebound taken down by Crutchfield.
What's interesting is NC State jams and goes under the screen and ball screening action, and they're still doing that with Dana Evans, who's the best three-point shooter in the league.
Turnover by Boyd. Gives it back to Louisville. Because Robinson is in. Number 5 in gray to give him a 3-guard lineup. Jones goes left, kicks it out. Robinson, not known for her shooting, gets one to dribble in.
Well, that's her average right there, 2 points. But as you mentioned, this lineup on the floor puts Jasmine Jones at the 4 spot, which is a tough check for NC State.
Boyd gets inside of Diop, count it!
Jada Boyd is a freshman for NC State, number 5 in white. When she comes in the game, she brings tremendous energy. She crashes the offensive glass. And right here, she catches it on the elbow or in the pinch. A 1-dribble move, hard to the bucket, draws a foul, and finishes.
3-point play for Boyd. Foul was on Racine Diop, the grad transfer from Pitt. Lead is down to 8, and the crowd getting into it a little bit more. Diop given some room by Koenig, and she shoots over her.
Well, look at Jeff Walls over there. You know, every time Diop shoots it, it's kind of like, no, no. But I'll tell you what, she did a great job while Balagoon was out, because she brings great energy to everything she does.
Not as good a shooter as Balagoon. That's only the 8th 3 for Yacine all year. Cunane stuffed by Kylie Shook, who is the best shot blocker in the league.
So you got to have a pump fake. You got to have a counter. You got to get Kylie Shook off her feet. That's a great defensive play inside.
14 seconds to shoot. Koenig inbounds.
Jada Boyd calling for the ball, and she's open with a smaller defender. You got to throw it in there.
Hunter able to get it to her in the right spot, and Boyd scores.
And Boyd can defend smaller players with her great length and her quickness. She moves her feet really well.
Lead is back to single digits.
And a nice slip. Good help.
Yep, off the fingertips, picked up by Boyd. Boyd thinking about it. Now drives on Shook.
Yeah, you could have had a cup of coffee waiting on that one. You've got to make a better decision than that. The more she hesitated on top of the floor, the more Louisville just pinched to the middle. Watch it, Diop does a great job, steps in, draws a charge.
First on Boyd, she goes out in favor of Kayla Jones. Denise Brooks, Brian Burnett, and Bruce Morris, our officials this evening. Wide open, Evans can't get it to go. Koenig chases it down.
She tries to take Jasmine Jones below the level of the screen, and Jones gets over the top. And because Koenig handles the ball, she draws a foul.
First foul on Jasmine.
I have to be honest, I'm not so sure about that one. I thought Jasmine did a good job of getting over the top of that screen.
Jeff Walls talking to Denise Brooks about that, probably that very same thing. He's done a tremendous job at Louisville now in his 13th year. This is his 10th straight 21 season, taking his team to several Final Fours, a couple of championship games, and a foul on the floor as Cunane tried to rebound.
That's a really good job on the weak side for Cunane to hold her ground. When the shot is taken from the wing or the baseline area, 90% of the time it's going to rebound like this to the weak side. And Cunane does a great job of getting early position under the boards to be able to offensive rebound, and another trip to the free throw line.
First foul on Kylie Shook. Lisa Cunane, 4 for 4 from the line, 0 for 4 from the floor. Next Thursday, another women's basketball doubleheader. At 6 Eastern, Syracuse hosts Clemson in the all-orange game. Then at 8 Eastern, this NC State team is on the road at Miami. Both games right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. As the season winds down, Miami right now playing in Virginia, where they are winning. Shook, listed at 6'4", but looks taller than that to me. We need your tape on her. I think she's 6'6", but
I get my tape measure on. Oh, there's another slip. Good help, good pass. Excellent execution. What a terrific job of moving without the ball. Unselfish play.
Well, that was textbook, and now Jones, the first player from either team to get into double figures. Gets the lead back to 11. Cunane working against Shook in the post. Gets the ball. Knocked away momentarily by Diop as the shot clock winds down. Yassine Diop with some terrific defense, but it stays alive as the desperation shot hit the rim.
Good decision by Grace Hunter to kick it back out.
Shot clock again dying. And the violation turnover gives it to Louisville. The Cardinals trying to beat NC State for the 6th straight time, up 11.
Welcome back, second quarter. Louisville on the road with an 11-point lead over NC State. Now watch the action over here. You got the weak side busy, and Shook's going to dive to the basket on a slip, and Jasmine Jones is going to relocate on the perimeter. This is a well-designed play. Weak side keeps the help defense busy. A nice slip to the bucket, and a great lift by Jasmine Jones, who is 2 for 2 outside the three-point line.
With 10 points leading the way for the Louisville Cardinals. They have lost back-to-back games for the first time in 3 years. And they are trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak for the first time in 8 years. State's won 8 straight, and they're trying to hold on to first place in the ACC. Robinson fouled.
Well, you never want to foul Robinson. That's not what she does offensively, is look to run sets for her. But Jeff Walls thought he must have had an advantage with Ely on the defensive assignment. Because Mikasa Robinson, she's a player that everyone would love to have on their team. She works hard every day, she hustles, she's unselfish, she can defend. She's a good ball handler, and she's terrific in their full court press, which you should expect to see right here.
Not a great shooter. In fact, only about 54% from the free throw line. She hit 1 out of 2 on that trip. Biggest lead now is 12 points.
But you like to play with teammates like that don't need the ball and can add value to what you do.
Yeah, she doesn't care if she scores.
Right.
Heady little player, sophomore from Ashland, Kentucky.
So there's a mismatch inside.
They're really struggling. Shot clock again into single digits. Crutchfield, nothing doing. Cunane got it stripped on the way up. Wow, and that follow just would not go down. Good look for Kayla Jones.
Really good collapse on Cunane on the inside.
Dana Evans.
Well, she can really turn the corner because Cunane doesn't want to pick up another foul on that hedge. That's a smart play by Dana Evans. That's where that quickness comes in.
So Evans, that's the first 3 for NC State after they missed their first 9 of the game. Brown Turner, again, the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and they finally got their first one to fall. Neither Koenig nor Cunane have a field goal in this game. They're 2 leading scorers. Ace is going to come back in at the next whistle for State.
So if I'm Crutchfield, I'm not letting Dana Evans get the ball back.
Now they need to shoot. Diop just got it off. What a rebound. There's what you're talking about with Mikasa Robinson. Just hustling in there, one of the smallest players on the floor.
That's why you love to play with a teammate like that. All she cares about is making the next winning play.
Was a held ball, however, and goes over to NC State.
Now this is right before the end of the shot clock, and then this is just a great effort individually by Robinson.
Only 5'7", but getting in there. Brown Turner, that's a toughie. Wow, but it was deflected out of bounds. So the ball stays with State. They have 17 seconds to shoot.
And NC State scored on the last out-of-bounds play underneath. You got to execute on your situational offense right now because they're really struggling to find some offense.
That'll work for Jones.
Good job. They get the switch. And they know where to go with it. That's playing unselfishly with a high IQ.
Sold-out crowd at Reynolds as we approach and hit 2 minutes to go in the half.
Zakia Brown-Turner now getting a turn on Dana Evans.
Charge.
That's a terrific job by Ely to step in and draw the charge. Did you know Dana Evans is looking to turn the corner on that hedge? It's a great pinch from the strong side.
First one on Dana Evans.
Well, you don't want to lead the strong side shooter, but it's Robinson, so you can help off the corner.
Koenig finding some space, and finally, Ace gets a field goal.
Ace can handle, Ace can counter, and Ace can score. Not often she shoots twos, mostly threes, but she showed us right there she can get to the paint.
7-0 run cuts the lead in half. Jones elevates. NC State on a run.
And it all started with the three of Brown-Turner.
Cunane working on Shook, got stuffed. So it's Cardinal basketball.
That's a tremendous job by Kylie Shook. And look at Koenig right here. She goes left, she goes right, she counters. Good footwork inside. That's just playing one-on-one. And then Shook does a great job. Cunane's got to be tougher on the block.
We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. NC State's cut it to 7. Back to NC State. The Wolfpack were trailing by 14. They've cut it to 7 in this battle for first place in the ACC. State right now a game in front of Louisville. The up. Nope. Shook. Couldn't follow.
Good change by NC State. They look to trap off the timeout. I like the adjustment by Wes Moore.
Koenig. Good rebound by Ely to give him a second chance. Shook has really bottled up Cunane.
Terrific job. Gardner one-on-one. You don't need to bring help, and that's affected NC State's ability to shoot threes. But not Dana Evans.
Dana Evans has done a terrific job every year getting better at shooting the three ball. What was that?
I don't know what that was.
More time left on the clock than they thought. So Louisville led by as many as 14. They take a 10-point lead into the locker room.
This is just a great job to spot up and shoot it in transition. And then NC State had plenty of time to get to the basket.
So we have two of the front runners for ACC Player of the Year. Here is the comparison. Evans outscoring Cunane 10-5, and the big surprise, Cunane does not have a field goal yet. So, Louisville up by 10 at the break. Back to Reynolds Coliseum where all the seats have been filled. NC State, though, facing their largest halftime deficit of the season, down 10 to Louisville with first place in the ACC on the line. Pam Ward along with Deb Antonelli. A lot of anticipation coming into this game. What do you think NC State needs to do differently?
Well, I think they have to be tougher. I mean, Louisville's good. They're up 10. They're beating them on the glass. They're shooting the basketball and getting to do whatever they want to do offensively. And NC State can't get it going offensively. They just got to get tougher. Their mindset has to change.
All right, Louisville had lost 2 in a row coming into this game. Let's take a look. Dana Evans is back.
She's back. It's amazing what Elizabeth Balagoon's presence on the floor does for body language and confidence, because Dana Evans and Jasmine Jones have combined 8 for 14 in the first half. And Dana has got her stroke going and her ability to read and turn the corner on that ball screening action. And NC State made a run. Jakia Brown-Turner got them going in the second quarter. She hits a three and a nice post up in on an inverted play. And then Koenig doing a great job of going off the bounce and countering to get in the paint to score. NC State's going to need more offense. They shot 26% in the first half.
Koenig and Cunane, excuse me, the two leading scorers. That's a problem. They only have one field goal between them.
Now, Lisa Cunane 0 for 5. Ace Koenig 1 for 3.
She has not hit a three. You mentioned that NC State only 1 of 11 from distance. Again, this is the best three-point shooting team in the ACC. They average 9 makes per game and hit on average 37% of the time. But really struggling in the first half. Jones attacks the basket right away.
What a tough two, right down the lane line. Now that's what I'm talking about. There's an example of being tougher with a basketball in your hands.
It had been a 14-point lead, now cut down to 8. Dana Evans and Jasmine Jones each shooting around 30% in their last 2 games, both of them losses to Florida State and Syracuse. Turning the tables a bit in this game, Dunham misses badly.
I thought before the game that Kai Crutchfield was going to be a key for NC State, and now I feel even more importantly about that in the second half, is she's got to guard Dana Evans, and she's got to be a threat offensively.
She did not hit any of her shots in the first half. Kai 0 for 4 from the floor, has not scored. Balagoon, who is back after missing the last 2 games. She was with her national team, Nigeria, qualifying for the Olympics, and has made a difference coming back.
She gives them confidence. She gets them in their natural rotation. She adds to their depth. And NC State's going to have to take a hard look at their ball screen defense, because right now Louisville knows it's a hedge and under, and they are turning the corner trying to get to the paint every time.
Balagoon hits one of them. Got back from Serbia on Monday after playing in that tournament. Traveled here yesterday. Did not score in the first half for Louisville, but has started.
And they're trying to work really hard to get Cunane established inside, and that's just a great job defensively again by Kylie Shook.
She got a couple of blocks on Cunane's shots in the first half. Jones got just a little bit of space. That's all she needs.
Ball screen defense.
Jones and Evans combining now for 22 points. So the top 2 scorers for Louisville certainly doing their jobs tonight. Not the case for NC State.
Westmore's got a lot of tricks in his playbook that he can go to try to get isolation, matchups, try to get switches.
A little bit more weapons in Louisville.
Now watch Shook right here. She gets off the contact, does a terrific job of getting around Cunane. And then right here, this is just a great job. You go under, it's a rescreen by Bianca Dunham, and it's a wide open jump shot.
Boy, Cunane just can't buy one. And then a foul called. If that's on Balagoon, it is. Holy smokes, that's 3 on Elizabeth Balagoon. She has to go out. Diop comes in.
When I talk about Elisa Cunane playing the game low to high, I'm talking about her sitting in the post, playing lower, bending her knees, posting up. When she does that, for the most part, but when she goes into her shot, she stretches and elongates her body, and that's why Shook has been able to get the advantage on block shots. And see how she sits right here? Now she's going to counter.
Yeah, she lowered her shoulder. There was contact. Nothing called either way. Elisa is 0 for 7 from the floor. Diop just in for Balagoon, delivers. Yaya, she's known to her teammates. She's not shy about taking that shot.
No, she's not. She doesn't need a sweat on her to get her shot off, that's for sure.
Just like that, it's back to a 13-point advantage.
Nice flare screen.
Koenig just off. But Jones is there to clean up. Took a couple of tries, but she got it in. Kayla's in the double figures.
NC State's got to get better right here on this end of the floor. They have got to guard Louisville much better in their ball screen defense. Let's see if they change anything.
Louisville shooting 52% from the floor this evening.
Jam and go under.
That's a walk. Jones couldn't control it. Coach Wall's asking for the foul. 6 turnovers now for Louisville.
Jakia Brown-Turner typically doesn't show very much emotion for NC State, and I see her starting to get fired up.
Wes Moore, all access. He's got a microphone on. Before the game, he talked. He said, "You're a bunch of nice ladies, but I need you to be mean tonight." Koenig got it blocked, but then recovered nicely.
Good action by NC State.
Second basket for Ace, the senior from right outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. Dana Evans. Oh,
Tough. I mean, that is a tough basket. Really nice.
Koenig got it knocked out of her hands. Evans, a little bit too strong off the glass.
Can't get anything going in transition either.
Louisville playing some very active defense this evening. Koenig fires away. Just that kind of a night.
This is where Dana Evans is really starting to understand the point guard position. See how she changes the pace of the game.
Evans a natural too, came off the bench last year, now a starter. Earning that starting role and becoming the point guard.
Wes Moore is like being a point guard when his offense is in front of his bench.
Diop called for the foul on the drive by Brown-Turner. Second on Diop. Saturday afternoon, we will take you to Little John Coliseum for a men's game. It's number 5 Louisville. They're on top of the ACC standings. They'll be at Clemson 4 Eastern right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
What a tough loss for Louisville men last night on the road at Georgia Tech. Big win for Josh Pastner and his team.
Turner calmly hits both free throws. Back to a 9-point deficit midway through the third quarter.
Now, can you get 3 consecutive stops if you're NC State to get right back in this? Good defense.
Elizabeth Dixon now in, playing the post for Louisville. Evans off the mark. Maine posting up now on Dixon. Got it blocked by Dixon.
What a terrific job the front line of Louisville has done. 0 for 8 on the interior is Elisa Cunane.
Evans just floats.
That's just a great job by Jeff Wall's team and Dana Evans. They know that NC State is going to jam and go under. And Dana Evans is so quick, she can still turn the corner. The reason why you go under that is so that you don't allow her to get to the paint. She's a really tough person to guard in this league because of her three-point shooting ability and her quickness off the bounce.
One rebound to Evans. She lost the rubber band, the hair thing. What do you call that? That holds your hair back?
Hair tie.
Thank you. Her hair tie is gone. In fact, Jasmine Jones came out on the court to pick it up.
It's the second time in the game she's lost it, actually.
Does have the headband to help her out a little bit. Crutchfield.
Kai Crutchfield, or someone from NC State, needs to come alive here. Back to 9.
First basket for Kai.
The team speed of Louisville doesn't really allow you to get out in transition. Even when NC State defensive rebounds, Louisville does a great job of getting back. So you really got to defend, and then you've got to execute on the offensive end.
Evans able to just quickly get around people. The Wolfpack come away with it. Robinson now in the game. Lost Jones.
Really nice quick hitter in transition by NC State. Really nice pass by Ace Koenig, and now the crowd is back.
It's a 10-4 NC State run. Timeout at Reynolds.
NC State, they're efforting, they're trying. But Elisa Cunane is over on the interior. Louisville has done a terrific job behind the top shot blocker in the ACC, Kylie Shook, contesting, making it tough, not allowing her to get deep position. Usually Cunane does her work before the ball gets in her hands, and it's a simple finish. But Louisville's defense has been fantastic. And because they can guard her one-on-one and play her straight up, they don't leave anybody on the perimeter, Pam. That's why NC State struggled to find some open threes.
The player comparison to the top contenders for ACC Player of the Year, Cunane really struggling. Usually she hits 58% of her shots from the floor, second only to Emma Guy in the league. And then Shook gets inside. And that was a really good timeout by Coach Walls, right?
I did, because I thought this place was getting ready to erupt. So he silences the crowd. Great ATO, easy 2 points. NC State goes to their horn series with the 2 post players on the elbow, shooters in the corner.
Nice spin.
She was effective in the first half. That she is Jada Boyd, number 5, the freshman. She is quick and explosive off the bench.
That is her first basket of the second half. Diop in for Balagoon again, not shy about shooting. Balagoon on the bench with 3 fouls for the Cardinals.
So look at Boyd, watch her shape up. She wants the ball.
Good defense by Dixon initially, but then the foul on the other side.
I asked for toughness, didn't I? That's what I'm talking about right there. What a great job by Jada Boyd to draw contact. Watch this right here. 2 strong dribbles. Show the ball. Step through. Draw the foul. Big time play for the rookie.
We got to step up right now. We knew it was going to be a challenge. We got to do it. Everybody's got to box out. Okay, we got to limit them to 1 shot. We're in the bonus. Quit playing with the ball around the 3-point line and attack the basket. We got to get some stops, y'all. We got to get some stops right now. So keep them in front of you. Box them out, all right?
Keep them in front. Attack the rim. Be aggressive. That's what Jada Boyd just did for Westmore. Exactly what he asked his team to do in the last time out.
And the freshman completes a 3-point play. It's a 4-point lead, closest since it was 10-6 back in the first quarter. Evans drives. Rebound Boyd. Koenig and Boyd almost tipped it away from each other. Freshman got a block by Shook.
Shook is outstanding. She is such a terrific shot blocker.
It's her 3rd of the game.
But I like going inside to Jada Boyd. She's quick, she's athletic, she's active.
Wants the ball. And a mismatch now with Boyd on Shook. And she got it to fall.
Kylie Shook is more finesse than she is power on the block, but it's effective either way.
Litchfield can't get it to go. Balagoon back in there playing with 3 fouls. Comes up with the rebound.
He had a chance to take the last shot.
Evans looks over at Coach Walls for instruction. Jones hanging out at the 3-point line, but Evans put up the floater. That ends the 3rd quarter. Louisville up by 6. State, though, ended the quarter on a 15-8 run to make it close as we head to the final 10 minutes. Welcome back to NC State. Bracketology, according to Charlie Cream, he has the NC State Wolfpack as a #1 seed. Louisville went from a 1 to a 3 with back-to-back losses. Florida State in there as well. Duke had a big win tonight. Virginia Tech had to go to overtime to beat Georgia Tech.
It's a big win for both Virginia Tech and Duke tonight, and this is what Charlie projects in the Fort Wayne Regional. NC State is a 1 seed, Maryland as a 2. Now, if Louisville wins here, I don't know how you keep Louisville out of Fort Wayne. They're 3.5 hours from Fort Wayne, and it doesn't matter whether they're the 1 or the 2. Unfortunately, it's part of the rules, but geography plays a big part in seeding in the women's tournament on the top line, and the 2nd line, and the 3rd line, and the 4th line.
Dunham, her turn to get stuffed. First block shot of the game goes to Boyd. The freshman coming up big in the 2nd half. Cunane, 3-ball, got it.
If you were going to tell me her first basket was going to be a 3, I would have told you were crazy. It makes it a 1-possession game here in the 4th quarter.
Cunane had missed her first 8 shots of the game.
I'll tell you who's changed the rhythm for NC State. It's Jada Boyd, the freshman.
Balagoon bottled up.
I'd go right back to Cunane for 3, Pam. I'd run another set for her.
Gets it inside, working against Shook, kicks it out. Koenig got it tipped. Balagoon with the defensive play.
There's that length on the perimeter, and then Louisville throws it away. The block inside by Jada Boyd. And then the wide open spot up, drain it, 3-pointer by Cunane, her 11th of the season.
Has a good percentage at over 40%, but doesn't take a lot of them. Cunane doesn't even look to turn.
Well, I think they're still going to play to her. They always play to the post. That's when they're at their best offensively.
There's another good defensive play by Balagoon.
Look, we knew Louisville was good defensively. That hasn't been their problem. They played 2 really tough games in the ACC without Balagoon, and it affected their rotations, their confidence, and everything. They went from on the top of the ACC to 2nd place, and they lost their #1 seed along the way.
Jasmine Jones can't get it to go, and it's Wolfpack basketball.
Toughness again, Pam. Now we go down the stretch, right? Who can execute the best? Who can play the details of the game and the offensive habits that they've generated all season without game slippage?
Boyd. Had to go in and out, but then a foul on the follow. Brown Turner, another freshman, right in the thick of things.
Jada Boyd, move her up your scouting report, ACC teams, because when she plays, she brings it. Good ball fake, and then a great job by Jakia Brown Turner to slide in there and get that offensive rebound.
3rd foul on Jasmine Jones. So both she and Balagoon have 3, along with Elizabeth Dixon for the Cardinals. Brown Turner 0 for 2, but a rebound by who else? But she threw it away. Boyd, one of her few mistakes tonight. Diop left open. You know she's going to shoot it, right?
Oh, yeah. And she gets the dead roll. The dead roll.
Dana Evans was wide open for a three just to the left of her. I don't think that Yassine even glanced that way.
He wasn't thinking about Dana Evans.
I am not giving this ball up. Turner, good defense by Jones, couldn't hang on to it. Koenig has had trouble finding space. Brown Turner finds the bottom of the net. Cuts the lead in half to 3. Balagoon.
Good drive. Nobody wanted a foul for NC State. And if you're Elisa Cunane, you got to be aggressive right here. You only have one personal foul. You got to try to block that shot or try to draw a charge.
Balagoon's first field goal of the game. Cunane driving on Shook. Who fouled her?
Reverse the ball in transition, and you get this. A terrific step through by Balagoon. A great take before NC State can get organized. And Pam, you remember in the beginning, one of the first things I said about both these teams' defenses is you had to keep your player in front. You could not over-rotate because both teams pass the ball so well. Louisville has done an excellent job of guarding one-on-one, not helping or over-helping, not past the midline. They forced NC State to really execute and make plays.
Dana Evans with the ball in her hand. She and Jasmine Jones combined for 20 points in the first half, just 6 so far in the second half, as NC State has chipped away at what had been a 14-point lead. And just as we say that, Jones announces her presence with authority. She's got 4 in this half. Gets the lead back to 6. Cunane really wants the ball. Got it. And got fouled again.
That's the extra effort by Cunane. Again, another trip to the free throw line. Watch right here, Jones doing a nice job. She's got the one-on-one. It's cleared out. The middle of the lane is open. And that's where she excels off the bounce in the mid-range. Both Evans and Jones are really tough to keep in front.
Third foul on Kylie Shook sends Cunane back to the line. This is her 5th trip. Not what we usually get out of the sophomore. Excellent free throw shooter at 80%. 7 for 10 tonight from the line. Jasmine Jones coming alive.
What a nice shot. And that was a terrific set and quick hitter in transition.
Cunane stuffed again by Shook.
Shook has dominated the low block.
8 blocks for Louisville on the night. Jones gets a big offensive board and then they kick it out. Balagoon thought about it, decided to drive and hit it.
NC State looks like their spirit's been broken.
They got it down to 3 on several occasions, but now it's back up to 10. Jasmine Jones starting to come back here.
Jones, you're not going to guard me? You're going to go under? I'm going to make you pay.
Jasmine Jones off to a slow start in the second half, but has really picked it up.
All that jazz. She has been fantastic. Off her defense, off the bounce, in transition. You go under. Okay, I got plenty of time to line this one up. 3 triples in the game for Jasmine Jones for 17 points to lead Louisville.
Louisville losing 2 in a row coming into this game, and you see Jones and Evans, the 2 best scorers, struggling. Not tonight. Over 52% of their shots. NC State had gotten to within 3, and then Jasmine Jones started to turn it on again. Kylie Shook just picked up her 4th foul. for Louisville.
Three in a row right here, Pam, in the fourth quarter quickly.
That is a big factor. She's been terrific on defense against Cunane.
That's a great scouting report steal by Dana Evans.
Dana Evans, the junior from Gary, Indiana. Leads the ACC in threes made and has done a great job at the point.
I think it's a good decision to take some time off the shot clock here, as long as at the end of the clock, the ball's here with Dana Evans or with Jasmine Jones, and that's a great feed inside by Diop.
It is a 9-1 run for Louisville after State got within 3. Cunane and Jones just collided with no whistle. State now has gone over 3 minutes without a field goal.
What a great answer by Louisville.
A team that, again, had lost 2 in a row for the first time in 3 years. Not lost 3 in a row in 8 years.
NC State looking to trap now off the ball screen action.
Shook does not get the bounce that time.
You don't need threes, but you need to score quickly.
Liz Koenig with the ball, just 4 points tonight, 0 for 6 from 3.
They have done a great job running her off the three-point line all night. And Kylie Shook's got 4 fouls. Cunane's got to go at her. Wow, Kylie Shook with another block. The ACC's Louisville's all-time leading shot blocker. 9 block shots for Louisville in the game.
And did that even with the 4 personal fouls. Took a chance, got the block. Lisa Cunane, 1 for 12 from the floor. A lot of that because of Kylie Shook. Lagoon, good job to keep the ball alive, and as you mentioned, they're just going to take a little bit of the air out of the ball right now.
I mentioned Wes Moore being a good point guard when his offense is in front of his team. Jeff Walls is a better point guard tonight. He's done a fantastic job with his team here. Calling a timeout right when NC State was making a run in the third quarter. Right? Silenced the crowd, executed out of the timeout. Their defense has been outstanding. Kylie Shook has been tough blocking shots inside and handling the Elisa Cunane matchup on the interior.
NC State coming out of the scrum with just 2 minutes left in the game. Jones attacks the basket and the chance for the three-point play.
Let's see if Wes Moore puts his defensive team on the floor for this next possession. This is a great take by Kayla Jones.
Jones on the line, shooting 1.
So Jones at the line, trying to complete the three-point play. NC State 1 game ahead of Louisville for first place in the ACC. This is their only matchup of the regular season.
Louisville has put NC State in the bonus, so they don't want to foul and put NC State on the free throw line. Here comes a full court press.
Evans is just so quick.
Untrappable, unflappable.
Jasmine Jones draws the foul.
That's a great take. This is where Jones at the 4 is really tough to guard. Remember we talked about earlier when they go small, Kayla Jones trying to keep Jasmine Jones in front is a challenge with that small lineup with her at the 4. She has had a night.
What an answer for Jones, with she and Evans struggling in those 2 losses. Everybody wondering what's wrong with Louisville. They went from a 1 seed to a projected 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. But they have answered every challenge here tonight.
I think this puts them back in the conversation on the one line, along with a team like Maryland, potentially another team out of the Pac-12 like a UCLA. Look, Louisville's going to be in Fort Wayne, no matter what their number is. That's what I think, because of geography.
A lot of time now on this possession for State. Jones finishes. They used a lot of shot clock.
Westmore wanted a timeout, and the officials didn't see it.
1 minute to go.
I saw it because as soon as the basket scored, I looked right at him. That's usually what the officials do because they anticipate the timeout.
Casa Robinson back into the game for Louisville. Gives him another ball handler and defender. Balagoon. Oh,
bucket.
Elizabeth Balagoon has spent a lot of time on airplanes in the last few days. Coming back from Serbia, and that...
She told me she wanted to be tougher, Pam, when she was over there as Crutchfield hits a three. Now Westmore gets a timeout. But Balagoon today in shoot-around said, I am so happy to be back. I missed my teammates, and I learned that I got to be tougher and grittier from my experience with the national team.
And that's one thing that you hear often when players even get to train or practice against the national team. Louisville had a chance to play the U.S. national team, but Balagoon for three.
She hesitates. You don't come with a long closeout. Wide open.
So Jeff Walls, his team going to the 3 line, and according to Charlie Cream, our bracketologist, he says that Louisville will move back to a 2 with the win tonight, and Maryland would become the final #1 seed, replacing NC State. Maryland had an emphatic win against Iowa tonight.
Maryland's won 10 in a row. They are playing some good basketball, and it's a team that NC State beat earlier.
So if Louisville hangs on to win, both teams will have 2 losses. And Louisville with the tie break, since they only played this one time during the regular season. NC State has not won the regular season in the ACC since 1990, right? That's 30 years. That's staggering.
That's a long time.
I read that in prep for this game, and I was like, what? What the what? 30 years? And they have not won a tournament since 1991. The great Kay Yao with the head coach for all of that success, but it's been a little bit of a dry spell. They've gotten to the tournament regularly. Westmore's gotten them to 2 straight Sweet 16s, but that's a long time for this program.
That's a drought for sure.
Louisville trying to get what would be their 3rd straight regular season title. Of course, Notre Dame has dominated since they joined this league.
Well, Duke dominated with Gail Gessencourt. Sylvia Hatchell had her run with Ivory Latta, Elena Larkins. They won, dominated the league for
Maryland before they left the Big Ten. Lamentable. I'm not happy about that. But now NC State trying to hang in there. Balagoon back at the line. Tomorrow night, a top 10 ACC wrestling matchup right here in this building as NC State, they're unbeaten, take on the once beaten Hokies of Virginia Tech. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Balagoon delivering at the line. NC State's 8-game winning streak going to come to a close, just their 2nd loss of the year. They lost to North Carolina. And now Louisville about to come in and beat them for the 6th straight time.
You could tell Jeff Walls at shoot-around today was confident about his group and put together a terrific game plan. He anticipated NC State's ball screen defense in his preparation. And getting Elizabeth Balagoon back puts everybody back in their normal rotation and in their normal routine on the floor. And then what a terrific job by Kylie Shook.
Crutchfield with the 3, but it's going to be too little too late. Ace Koenig, just 4 points tonight. She was 0 for 6. So Koenig and Cunane are combined. Well, Cunane was 1 for 12. They're combined 3 for 21 from the floor, the two leading scorers. And Cunane did get to the line, got most of her points at the free throw line, but just not enough.
Didn't see a lot of smile from Big Smile today.
Yeah.
You know, Kylie Shook didn't give her anything to smile about.
Kylie Shook with a tremendous effort, especially on the defensive end. There's Kylie, who is one of 15 players on the Naismith Defensive National Player of the Year list.
Well, she was impressive. She showed us tremendous, gritty toughness. Her grit and toughness was outstanding on the defensive end. Jeff Walz has really got to be pleased with this performance. You know, I've said all season Florida State's had the hardest conference schedule, but Louisville's had the toughest stretch, and they went through part of that stretch without Elizabeth Balagoon, which the committee will take into consideration. And coming in here and knocking off NC State, the number 4 team, will carry a lot of weight as you move forward with the remaining schedule.
A lot of winnable games there at the end of the season. We will be, or I will be in Louisville for that Notre Dame game Sunday afternoon at 3 Eastern time. But Jeff Walz very pleased with the effort as well. He should be. Kylie Shook, as we mentioned, has been absolutely terrific. 10 points, 10 rebounds. She almost had a triple-double with blocks because she has 7 blocks. And really bottling up Lisa Cunane. So NC State, 59 points, ties a season low. They had 59 in a win against Wake Forest. But they got down in the first quarter, could not quite catch up. Louisville wins it. So Kylie Shook is tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Zaxby's. She was terrific on both ends of the floor, particularly defensively. And we will be looking for an interview with Kylie before we say goodnight. That is a terrific line, especially considering she's going against Cunane, one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, that was an outstanding job to hold Cunane to 1 for 12, and the one basket that Elisa Cunane had was a 3.
Really unusual.
Terrific job defending inside. And it's a big win on the road for Louisville.
So NC State drops to 11-2 in the league. Cardinals also 11-2. So a tie atop the ACC standings as the season winds down. Again, this is their only regular season matchup. NC State has games coming up against Georgia Tech, then they go to Miami.
Hey.
Now, Kylie, boy, you almost had a triple-double. 10 points, 10 boards, 7 blocks. What was the key to you keeping Cunane in check tonight?
She's an amazing player, so she's the key to their team. She's amazing. Like, she averages a double-double, so we knew that we had to stop her in order to help to get this win.
Kylie, when you can play on the defensive end the way that you did, blocking shots, contesting Cunane, you held her for 1 for 11 or 0 for 11 in the paint. She only had 1 basket. When you can play her straight up like that, how good does that help your perimeter defense? How much does that help your perimeter defense?
I think it helps it a lot because this whole game plan was not getting beat on drives because she is such a phenomenal player. I can't help off. So I think it really helped our outside game that the guards stuck to the game plan and I could stay on her.
What makes you such a good shot blocker?
I try to just time it.